believer, look, I'm coming up from scratch. Nothing huddle with my pain, then I turned it to some rats. Celebrate. Nothing motivate me more than when I hear the crowd roar. Check my name in the stands, I got tackle your little man.
Today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Cook, a first down and more. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards. And that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he works free. And he's got this down to the 35. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give. This is Cook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Comes to Cook. The tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Cook. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming. Ten-play drive, and it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Time to see the Bengals offense go to work, and leading them out, the #1 overall pick of the 2020 draft, Joe Burrow, now his 2nd season out of LSU. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But Charles, you take a look at the draft class for this offense. It's highlighted by a 1st-round pick who provides a much-needed boost to their offensive line.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited. But I know who is excited. Their quarterback. He won't get hit as much, and that should improve the rest of the offense as well.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what are you trying to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally, you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow, he gets this one to Boyd.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Drew Sample, 56 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point. Quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Ooh, with a juke. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Cousins now. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 26 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Chaz Surratt in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Throwing on 2nd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Khalil Mack in there to drop him. It sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Gets around him. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1st down. Here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run. Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On the carry, it's Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This they'll run with Cook. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Madison is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Again, Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. Dances by him. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start the drive with Cook. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Cousins throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Draw play. Cousins to Cook. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Runs through the contact. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.